It's an interesting question. I used to belong to a referral group where you would go to these meetings, and you had people from all different kinds of businesses and trades, and they would refer work to each other. And when I worked for a law firm, I was kind of the designated attorney to go to those meetings. And when I would go to those meetings, people would come up to me, especially with small businesses, and ask, about the costs of drawing up documents and getting them set up. And, sometimes, even though I consider my pricing to be reasonable for the experience that I have and the geography that I'm in, I will tell them that, or would tell them that when I belonged to that organization, and they'd be like, "Nah, I'll just go ahead and take care of it myself. I got other expenses that I have to do, and this really isn't a necessity." And then I would see them 6 months later, and there would be an issue that could have been resolved very, very inexpensively and in a short period of time if they had taken that to a competent business attorney. And I'm not saying taking it to me. I certainly consider myself to be a competent business attorney. But any competent business attorney flesh out the problems before they actually presented themselves and prevented that. So it's kind of the penny wise, pound foolish thing where, especially if, larger businesses understand that attorneys and attorneys' fees are the cost of doing business. That you have to have one. If you don't have one in-house, which a lot of firms do, you need to have a law firm that's experienced in transactional law for businesses and for litigation to kind of help you out. And the small businesses, the persons that are either own those or run those, I think that the understanding has changed a little bit, and I think they're more willing to seek out attorneys from the beginning, which is a good thing, not from a self-interest point of view. Obviously, it's good for the attorneys to have that kind of work, but it just saves so much aggravation and grief, because it's not just money involved in a lawsuit. If a business is sued and an owner or a manager has to spend time with the lawyer preparing for depositions and answering interrogatories and going over requests for admissions, which is all part of the discovery process, and collecting all of these documents to produce to the other side, it's very, very time consuming. And so the business owner and the interested parties are actually losing money when they're involved in litigation. They may win in the end, but it may be what they call a Pyrrhic victory, where you've lost a lot of money and time by going through the litigation process. So if you can avoid it, it's obviously in the business's best interest to avoid litigation if they can.